So when she stood up, I was like, oh, she look like she could be a little model or something. She's so petite. And I said, oh, I think she might be pregnant. But I was scared to ask her, y'all. I was like, oh, I'm scared to ask her. I'm scared. And then I said, hey, please don't take offense to this. Once I said, if you're not, I said, are you pregnant? And she said, no, but I want to be so bad. And I said, you want a little girl? And she said, yes. Oh my God, I want a little girl so bad. Y'all, and I had this vision of this pretty little girl, like little chocolate little girl with some real pretty hair. Like, she was so adorable. She was so cute. And I was like, dang, I was like, oh, yeah, she gonna have a little girl. And she's like, yeah, she started talking to me. I don't know how much I want to put this, how much of her business, but she just started talking to me about how she wants a little girl. She has 2 little boys, and she wants a little girl so bad. And I was like, yeah, you're going to have a little girl. Like, I could feel it because I saw the vision of the little girl. And I was like, yeah, you're going to have a little girl. And then she was like, oh, really? She was like, I said, but stop trying. Because every time you keep on trying, it's like this, like energy. Energy needs to be like a straight connection from spirit to you, right? And with energy, when we get anxious, we shaking up the damn energy. And this connection can't happen. So you like shaking it up. I said, so you got to just go with the flow, be at ease with it. I said, it's going to happen. I said, I'm telling you, I see a little girl. You're going to get your little girl. I said, but you got to wait a minute. And then I stood there and I said, I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. I said, no, she said something. She said, yeah. She said something to the effect of,